Do you know what's better than having some water? It would be protein shakes. I'm not a big fan of protein shakes. I've never been the kind of guy who grew up using protein powders. The reason for that is because at the time when I was growing up, I did spend a lot of money, and it was always on pre-workouts. I was always thinking about creatine, pre-workouts. Protein powders was never a big thing for me. However, these days, I'm given no choice but to review these things, and I have been consuming them on a daily basis for the past few months. And I have here a protein powder from Huge Supplements. It's called Huge Whey, and it's supposed to be a whey concentrate and a heavily flavored one at that. So in this video, I wanted to try this out in front of you. We can go over my experience using this protein powder. But as you all know, this is a supplement. It's not supposed to replace anything in your diet. If you're having protein already, that's good. If you're not having enough protein, or you don't have time, you want something for convenience, and you want something like in between meals for a snack instead of going for those processed foods, fine, I can see like a good place for a protein powder. However, if you're tight on a budget, this is like one of the last things you need, because you can get protein from food. And that's my philosophy, at least. Not everyone thinks the same, but for me, I think supplements are great when it's something that we can't really get from our diets, like creatine. And pre-workouts, I think, is something special. Protein powders, I think, comes third for me. So that's why I'm not really a huge fan, but this is kind of special because it is fruity cereal. I don't really eat cereal. I mean, I don't eat anything processed. I've eliminated everything processed from my diet, and I've already lost some fat. I've already lost some inches on my stomach, and I'm really happy about that. But I've still been eating sweets, whole foods, and whatever I want. But I do fast most of the day, not most, but like half the day I'm fasting. I'm not eating anything. So it's a lot easier for me. And that way, by not eating processed foods, I'm eating homemade stuff. So if you are interested in this kind of stuff, let me know in the comments, and I'll be happy to make a video explaining what I'm doing to lose fat without giving up sweets. So speaking of sweets, this is a very kind of sweet protein powder, and I usually drink it with water. Don't drink it with milk. But before I do get to my experience, I wanted to tell you the ingredients, the macros, all the important stuff that you would be asking about a protein powder. Starting off, calories, 154. That's kind of high. For a protein powder, usually it's around 120 to 130. But this is a whey concentrate, and it's flavored, and it's trying to be like a kind of a junk food protein powder by being really good with flavor. So the calories are high as expected. Total fat, 3 grams, 1 gram of saturated fat, not bad. Cholesterol, 66 milligrams, not bad. Carbs, kind of high, 8 grams. So if you are cutting, you would have to watch out. You're not overdoing it with your carbs, but there's 8 grams in here, and there's 1.2 grams fiber. There's 3.5 grams of sugar, and that actually comes, I'll explain in the other ingredients where that sugar is coming from, but protein, 23.5. Good. Not amazing and not bad. It's good. It's meeting the standards for that. Then we have some minerals. So in the other ingredients, there's whey protein concentrate, dextrose. Now this is a carb. Dextrose is a fast-acting carb. So this would be like a really good post-workout because of that. And then we have non-dairy creamer, which means if you're lactose intolerant, whey concentrate is going to give you problems if you are lactose intolerant, but it also has non-dairy creamer just to kind of reduce the lactose, I guess, naturally and artificially flavored. So there's natural and artificial flavors. Then we have xanthan gum, that's to make it thicker. Soy lecithin, I don't know what that does actually, but it's in a lot of protein powders. Citric acid, silicon dioxide, I think that's a preservative or something. Protein isolate is way at the bottom, so it's like not even going to do much. It's whey isolate, and it's there, it's at the bottom though. Then we have 2 artificial sweeteners and a couple of digestive aids. Lactose, which is from pineapple, And Paption, from Papaya Fruits is right there. And then we have, it contains milk and soy, whey protein isolate, sunflower creamer, soy lecithin. Don't make fun of the pronunciation. But anyway, so this is a protein powder with whey concentrate. Whey isolate is whey at the bottom, but they do also have a whey isolate, and I will review that soon. But this is whey concentrate, fruity, cereal flavored. So Huge Supplements, they don't fail with flavoring. They're usually top notch with flavoring. However, the protein powders are a little bit more tricky to flavor since they have more ingredients. And so I'm gonna try this out in front of you. I have tried this before in a blender. I've tried it before in a cup, and both times are great. Blender is amazing because in the blender, I could put Greek yogurt, I could put ice cubes in there, I could put some fruits, and it becomes like not a mass gainer, but it can be a mass gainer if you add some nuts, if you add some more calorie dense ingredients. But making it with Greek yogurt makes it taste like an excellent smoothie. Chef's kiss, it's perfect. Let me tell you that. And I always mix it with water, no matter if it's with the blender or with the cup. But I usually just take one scoop. I was gonna say 2 scoops, but I usually just take 1 scoop. And if I'm feeling super, super hungry, I would put 1 1/4, maybe a little bit more, but usually just 1. And it usually keeps me full for like half an hour, right? So it's not going to replace your meal, but it could potentially replace your meal if you add all the necessary ingredients with the protein powder, so you're not just getting. And yes, I am mixing it with a butter knife. I don't know what's the proper way to mix protein powder. I know some people mix it with a shaker cup, but I'm using a butter knife. Give you 1 sec, I'll put some water in here. So I put some water. I haven't stirred it yet. You can see some powder at the bottom. And here we go. Mixing this up, kind of removing the stuff at the bottom. I don't know if you can see that, but I've tried this before. I've tried it in a blender and it tastes super good. And it's funny because my buddy tried this and he said it tastes more cereal than cereal. I thought that was funny, but I mixed it and there are some chunks. I've never really mixed this with a spoon or anything, but I'm seeing some chunks at the top. So I mean, I don't mind the chunks. Some people might be bothered by that, but for me, I'm whatever. I just take whatever and I do whatever it takes, right? Except staying natty. I mean, I do stay natty. I'm gonna take another sip of this because that was an experience. So the cereal flavor, it comes out like an aftertaste. It's not really, let me put this knife away. So if you know Fruit Loops, this tastes like Fruit Loops, but the taste of the cereal comes after you swallow it. So after, you feel it in your mouth after you consume it, but as you're drinking it, it just tastes like a protein shake. And it literally tastes like cereal. If I was having a craving, like this is a bit sweet for me right now because I've been fasting the whole day. So it feels like I'm spiking my insulin with the sweetness of this, but it's a bit sweet for me right now. But as a way to kill cravings, I would love to have something like this. This is better than having, junk food, Oreos, real cereal. I prefer to have, flavored cereal in a protein powder than having actual cereal because this tastes amazing and it's a protein powder. We want them gains. That's what we're drinking it for. But I would recommend this if you're looking for something to kill your cravings for sweets. If you're trying to lose weight, I think this is a good way because it's only 150 calories. It's gonna keep you full. And you can make recipes with this. You can make cookies at home. You can make smoothies with Greek yogurt, with strawberries, with whatever. Then you can blend whatever fruit you want. I usually put bananas, Greek yogurt, and ice cubes, and of course the protein powder. But in terms of what I look forward to when I'm taking protein powders, because I have a bunch now from different companies, this isn't one that I usually reach for as a daily. This is one I reach for when I want to kill my cravings, when I'm really feeling like I want something sweet. Because I have a sweet tooth. I eat sweets like every day, but I'm eating like organic stuff, like stuff from homemade stuff. But when it comes to protein powders, I love that as well, because protein powders, you know, they fill you up. Although it's artificially flavored, it's still, I think, a lot better than having the actual product of that flavor. For example, cereal has just a bunch of ingredients that are no good for you. Meanwhile, this has like 2 or 3, maybe a little bit more of like the bad ingredients, but they're the other ingredients. It's not like the focus of the protein powder. So this is great if maybe you're bulking, or maybe you're just maintaining. This is a good way to kill cravings. This is a great protein powder for that. And for flavor, I guess you want a scale, like how do I rate this? But I want to rate this as a sweet protein powder, because for me, I have my own preferences, and it's not going to be something super sweet, because I want something that's a daily protein powder, something I can use like every day. So this is like a perfect post-workout. If you have a big sweet tooth during the day, I don't, but if you do, then this would be a good daily driver for you. But if you're not, then maybe look for the plain flavored ones or something else. This is kind of sweet, and I can feel I can feel the sweetness. It's really, on the sweetness scale, it's high. On the flavor scale, it's also high. But on the daily driver side for me, because I'm not really want to take sweet stuff during the day, not so much. It's not like high up there for me for that. So it literally feels like I'm having a drink from like a super sweet drink with sugar. Tastes like that. If I could sum it up for you, it would be that. If I could sum it up for you, it would be like a super sweet, craving killing protein powder. That's how I would put it personally. It's the perfect post-workout. If you're looking for something after your workout, something with carbs, this would be good. Of course, the whole timing of when you take these things are debatable, but I think taking it right after your workout, you would feel replenished, refreshed. And especially for me, because I've been fasting since like 9 a.m. and now it's 5 p.m. It makes a good way, and it's not the perfect way for breaking my fast, because it has artificial stuff. I would prefer something natural. And also there's studies showing what you break your fast with will determine if your testosterone levels will actually climb back up beyond what your levels were before, or if it crashes. So your hormones and everything does take a beating if you're taking artificial stuff when you're fasting. Like in the morning, first thing on the empty stomach, you're taking something processed and artificial. It does take a toll on your hormones. While you may not notice it on the day, if you're doing that by routine, you'll eventually you will eventually show that effect some way or another. That's why when people follow, a healthy lifestyle, they look better, they feel better. Well, if you're eating naturally, then you're going to be optimizing yourself, because you're evolved to digest these kind of foods, especially if you're fasting and you're taking it on empty stomach. You want to be careful, but I don't want to go too off topic here. If you do want a video on this type of topic, please let me know in the comments. I'll be happy to make a video on anything you ask me. Just let me know in the comments. But if you try anything from Huge Supplements, like the protein powders, please let me know in the comments so other people can also read your comments and see what flavor you prefer. But I'm also testing their isolate, which is the opposite of this. Concentrate is slower digesting, so it's not like the ideal protein powder to have post-workout. But then there's the whole theory of how fast you need protein. Like there's no timing, there's no set timing on when you should have protein, but you should experiment to see what works best for you, because everyone's bodies and metabolism and age and fact and experience, it's all different for everybody. So do what works for you. If you want something sweet, this is a good choice. And I know their other flavors are probably killer as well, and I have to try them. And I have finished my protein shake now, and I feel like I ate something like sweet. I feel like I ate a cake right now. It's way too sweet. Maybe if I blend it with oatmeal and Greek yogurt, it will like neutralize the sweetness. And it's actually not as sweet when I do mix it like that. It helps a lot to have some fiber to reduce that sweetness in the mouth, but just mixing it up with different ingredients really helps to increase the calorie intake if you're like looking for something in between meals to increase your daily calorie intake. But in terms of protein powders, On the sweet scale, I would say that this is one of the best. But it's not the healthiest, it's not naturally flavored, but still it's good. I like it, I would recommend it as a way to kill your cravings or as a way as a post-workout. If you add some creatine in here, perfect. You have whey, carbs, and creatine in one drink. Oh, you're set. You're set for life. Not for life, but you're set for the day, for your post-workout. But if you found this video helpful, please let me know in the comments. I would love to hear from you. And please have a good workout, have a good day. Let me know if you have any questions about anything. Yeah, buddy.